Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today is a shop my stash question mark. This isn't a question mark. If you don't know, you don't know, but on my community tab yesterday, I let you guys know that my shop my stash was supposed to go up yesterday on Wednesday, my normal upload time, and everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. And like, I hate doing this because I feel like it's just making excuses and like, I should have just pulled it together, but it was just one of those days where everything was going wrong. I ended up knocking over my lights like multiple times. My camera battery died on me right as I started filming, so I was like, great, gotta go find my other batteries. Luckily I have backup batteries and all of that. So like, everything that happened wasn't really a big deal in retrospect, or wouldn't have been a big deal on its own, but it was just back to back. And then I started filming and it was really difficult because I haven't finalized my setup in here yet. And I'm not 100% in love with how this room is functioning right now. And I don't think I'm in love with how this is set up with the one window that's in here. This room doesn't get great light. The lighting's an issue. Again, blah, blah, blah. So today is gonna be a little weird. It's a little weird to shop my stash after I've already done it. Everything's already in my everyday makeup container. So I'm just gonna show you what I picked. If you want to know what I had in there last month, if you watch my Project Pans, you already know what I've been using. I have only been using Project Pan items since the move. So there was nothing really exciting in my container. Before I jump into today's video, if you are not yet, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do typically upload on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. I am thinking about changing the time to a little earlier in the day just because it's more functional for me now being on the East Coast. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, let's just hop into this strange but hopefully good shop my stash. So like I said, I have most of my items in this little basket. This is my little new shop my stash basket. We will go through one thing that I ended up removing from my everyday makeup container. Wallace, why are you making so much noise down here? The one thing I removed was the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Foundation. This guy, you should hopefully be getting a review for this tomorrow if I can get the video done today. But hopefully this will be a review for tomorrow. And I got some thoughts on it. I am currently wearing this. I honestly have been wearing it for like the last week and a half, but I did remove that from my everyday makeup container, and instead I added two other foundations to my everyday makeup drawers. So the first one that I picked was the Joa Truly Yours foundation. Mine's in the color 110 Porcelain. This is basically just a serum drop foundation, and I don't really remember how I feel about it, but I've been really gravitating towards lighter weight foundations lately. It's just, my skin is doing really well with the humidity, with wearing a mask. I just don't like anything too heavy. I have not successfully found a way to not have any wear with wearing a mask. Like, I always have makeup that comes off, whether it's my bronzer or blush or something comes off. I have a very round face and masks just don't fit my face very, very nicely. I don't know if this will be mask great. I, again, don't have any foundations that are mask great, but I figured I would just try it again. It's been a really long time. I'd like to get some more wear out of it. Just kind of try it again. And then the second foundation that I added to my everyday makeup stash this month is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skinmilk in the color 510 Porcelain. And I really like this. This is actually mixed with the ColourPop foundation on my face today, and they mixed really nice. This shade is a lot more neutral than the ColourPop one. The ColourPop one is definitely very, very pink, which I appreciate because it's an actual cool tone. This one does lean a little bit more neutral, so I find that they work really well together. As far as formulas, this worked well with the ColourPop one, but again, I'll get into that in the review video. But I love this foundation. I am so happy that Covergirl is a drugstore company that is cruelty-free, because I really, really like their products. This is no exception. I really enjoy this. I figured it's been a little hot minute since I used it. It's a little bit more of a lighter weight foundation, so why not? As for the concealer, I did end up removing the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've been using that one for months basically, and I was just ready to freshen it up. So the concealer I went with was the new one that I got. If you guys saw my trying new makeup products, this was in it, and this is by Smith & Colt. This is the Canceled Light Diffusing V Concealer, and I really liked trying this in that video, and I was honestly surprised by it. It wasn't what I was expecting. Mine is in the color 100 Cool, and it really, ironically, it isn't really a cool shade in my opinion. Like, the shade leans a little warm to me, but it kind of works. There it is on the back of my hand, and I just cannot describe the feeling of this concealer. It's like a gel-based concealer, and when you put it on, it just kind of glides and cools the skin. And I am older, and I'm getting fine lines and stuff around my eyes especially, and this doesn't settle into the fine lines on my eyes, which I honestly thought I would never find a concealer that would do that. So I'm really surprised. I've used it a couple times since that video, and every time I've been really, really impressed. So I basically just wanted to put it in my everyday makeup container because I just want to try it more and see if it's a fluke, if it really does settle into my lines, if it works well with everything. I'm just really, really happy with this. When I got this, it was on sale at Ulta for $7 versus like, I think $28. So I mean, I had to have it because it was on sale, and I'm so glad I picked it up because really impressed right now. As for my powder, I am almost done with my Project Pan powder. Spoilers. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to move in another one, and I was really, again, impressed with this powder during my try new makeup video. And this is by Essence. This is the My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder, the Instant Blur Powder. I do have some of this on my face today. I lightly went over my face before filming with this because it really does blur. Again, if you saw that video, you saw it happen, and like I could see a visible difference even on camera, that the side that had the powder on it was blurred. Like I was having an issue finding my pores, which who doesn't want that? And I generally, this is an affordable item, like it's by Essence, like what could go wrong? So I just want to play with this some more. I really have been enjoying it. It's affordable, it's nice. I was a little surprised by the color. This is in the color 05 or 05 Fair, and it's very, very yellow, but I don't think it makes my face look yellow. Kind of just dry, like it just kind of sets and disappears. I don't know. It's witchcraft. Next thing I wanted to put in, I do have a lot of highlights in my Project Pan, but you know, sometimes I just want to use other things too. I am wearing this on like the high points of my face today, and this is the Steve Laurent Jelly Highlight. This is in the color Cotton Candy, so it's like a champagne pink color. It's really pretty. I already have pan in it. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm sometime last year, but I really, really like this, and it's just been a while. I really like cream products. Cream products are a little finicky here now that I'm living in Florida, but I do really like this. I think overall the color is really pretty. The formula is really nice. I mean, it's really hard to see on my skin. It just creates like a sheen, as you can see. It like blends in really nice, and I haven't been enjoying like stark highlights this year, so this is something that I really enjoy. Like I said, I have it like on the high points of my face. I think it just overall gives me a nice dimensional, like dewy look. That and the foundations I use are pretty dewy. I like an overall dewy, healthy look, so I wanted to bring that guy in because I haven't used it in a little bit, and I think the last time I brought it into my Shop My Stash, I didn't touch it. So I was like, you know what, we gotta change that. I need to touch it. Sounds inappropriate. Oh, I skipped an entire category. So again, all of my primers currently are Project Pan primers. I have my e.l.f. Pore Filling Primer, and I have the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Primer, and both of those are in Project Pan, so you guys know that's what I've been using. So I was like, one of them is almost done. I think the other one I might be getting close to, so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in another primer. I also wanted to try another primer with some of these foundations. So I brought in the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's a moisturizer primer. You guys know how I feel about primer. There's really not many that I feel like do much. I really just want something to like smooth out my skin so makeup goes on top of it really nicely. I don't really find that many of them prolong makeup wear. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm testing the theory, but I do like this. I haven't used very much of it. It was one of those things I bought as like a splurge item, and then I didn't want to touch it for forever, and now I've had it for so long that I'm like, just use it. Like I've probably had this for 2 years and I've only used it this much. Why do I do that with expensive items? I'm like, oh no, I need to use it only for special occasions. Well, COVID really told me that there are no special occasions to go to at all this year, so I need to just use this. It's such a nice primer. I just need to get my money's worth out of it at this point because it's just sitting here and it's going to waste, and I do like it, so I pulled it in because I don't want it to go bad. So for the longest time, I've had the Joa Brow Pencil in my Shop My Stash. I think it's been in my collection or in my everyday makeup container for 3-4 months, and I discovered yesterday that I can't roll it up anymore. So this little nub is all that's left. So I desperately needed to bring in a new brow product, and I had another brow pencil that has just been sitting here for forever because that Benefit pomade took 5,000 years. But this is from Anastasia, and this is a Brow Wiz. I don't remember when I bought this. I'm pretty sure it's probably 2017, so it's been a while. This is in the color Soft Brown, so it should work well now that my hair is a little lighter. At one point, it wasn't looking right, like during the winters. And I mean, if it feels like a brow pencil, y'all can't see that at all, can you? Feels like a normal brow pencil. I remember liking this when I used it, and I think there's a good bit of product left. Yeah, there's plenty. I'm not gonna roll it up all the way, but yeah, there's plenty of product in here, so I should be able to get this used up and out of here. I'm actually pretty low on brow products. After this pencil, I think there's one more and like a cushion brow product, and then that's it. So let me know if you have any like ride or die brow products down in the comments, because I would love to try some new ones. Another thing that I brought in that I honestly haven't brought in months is eyeliners. So I have two eyeliners that I brought in. This one is by Appeal, and it's a gel liner, and it's a forest green color. And then this one I'm actually wearing on my eyes. This is from Elizabeth Mott, and it's a smooth shadow creamy eye pencil. That's what's on like my lower lash line, and I kind of smoked it out to make a winged liner today. It's in the color Raven, and it's more like a steel gray than it is a black or anything. I had to put like shadows over it to deepen it up. And then the green, I was like, well, one, it matches my background. I'm on a green kick apparently. But with fall coming up, I'm really like wanting fall looks desperately. I'm wanting cooler weather. I'm wanting to wear scarves. I haven't been able to wear a scarf in like over 2 years because California doesn't change temperatures. So I'm hoping that I get a little bit more variety in Florida. At least I'm closer to states that actually have cooler weather. We got this cool green color, which is really smooth and easy to use. And then we have this guy, which I am wearing on my eyes right now. And it's been a really long time since I've brought in eyeliner, so I was like, you know, the time is here. I do need, again, if you guys have any recommendations for really good eye pencils to go in your waterline if you have slightly watery eyes. My eyes sometimes are really finicky. Right now they've been okay. Since I've been back in Florida, they've been a lot better than they were in California. I was probably just allergic to something in California, but my eyes don't water nearly as bad. But I do have an issue with things staying in my waterline because I do have pretty moist eyes. So if you have any eyeliner suggestions for the waterline that pretty much don't move, let me know. And then as far as lip products that I'm bringing in this month, I got 4 items. So the first, I'll start out with the liquid lips, because despite not really liking these as much, I do need to get use out of the ones I do have because I can't seem to bring myself to get rid of them. But the first one that I brought in is from Dose of Colors. This is a Mauve Story. This is just a really pretty mauvey shade. It's a really nice lipstick. I really like the Dose of Colors liquid lips, and this is just, again, a natural shade that should be relatively easy for me to wear. The next one is from Girl Lactic, and this is in the color Posh. It's a very like brown tone, so this is kind of like my last attempt at trying this because I don't know if I love certain brown tones on me. And I don't remember if I like the formula of this. I can't remember. I think I've only used it a couple times, and I think I remember wanting to like it, but I figure these are both good for fall as well. It's more like an orangey brown now that I'm looking at it. So I'm hoping I can get some good use out of it with all of the fall looks that I'm wanting to create. Hopefully. And then I'm bringing in one bullet lipstick, and the bullet lipstick I'm bringing in is a ColourPop in Sophia Nygaard lipstick. This is the shade I was wearing in my last video for my Graveyard Project pan that a lot of you guys were asking about. This is Bury Me in Lipsticks. This is such a pretty lipstick, but I'm bringing this guy in because it's just perfect for the season. And I've had these, I can't believe these came out like a year ago almost now. And I feel like I haven't gotten much use out of it, but it has bats on the packaging, and I just feel like it's a good time to bring it back out, and I just really like this shade. And then the last thing that I rolled in for lip products, it's on my lips right now, and it's this Essence Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss, and I really like this lip gloss. It has a nice pleasant smell to it, and it has glitters all in it, but like I feel like I can't feel it on my lips. It just overall makes my mouth look juicy, which again, who doesn't like that? And then the last thing that I'm bringing in is my eyeshadows that I'm swapping out, and I just felt very inspired by fall. I guess this first one isn't technically an eyeshadow palette. These first two aren't eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why I said eyeshadows, but the first thing I rolled in is my Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean face palette. I am wearing it today to contour with, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to roll this in. I wanted to get some more wear out of the contour shade. It's a beautiful contour shade. It's not too dark. It's not too orange. It's just chef's kiss. And I also figured I could get some use out of these blushes over here. As you can see, I have a lot of wear on this highlight. This palette just overall is one of my favorites in my collection. I will never get rid of it until it's completely empty, and then maybe I'll think about it. But I love this, wanted to roll it back in. And then the second item that's not technically an eyeshadow palette, and I shouldn't have called it that, is this. This is a blush palette from Real Her, and it's a blush trio more specifically. And I wanted to roll it in for this shade right here because I was like, oh, it'll be good for like neutral fall looks. I'm actually wearing it on my face today mixed with another blush, and it's just such a beautiful formula. I feel like I haven't reached for this trio in a really long time. And I feel like it's a good transitional set of colors in here. There's like a peachy orange and a mauvey pink, and then there's this really natural tone. So really like this. Looking forward to using this because I am getting a little tired. It's towards the end of the year. This is usually when I start feeling a little burnt out on Project Pan and hyper focusing. So I just need a little bit more variety. Plus I'm in a new place, you know, variety is the spice of life. And then I have 3 eyeshadow palettes that I need to talk about. The first one I'm really excited about is the Dose of Colors Francation palette. This is another one that I haven't touched in a while, like, and focused on. It's how I did my entire eye look today, and it's so freaking beautiful. Like, I think of fall when I see this. It's such a beautiful fall palette, and it has all the mauve tones, it has all the neutral browns that I need, and it has little pops of color. I'm really excited about this green because, again, I'm on like a green kick, and I feel like I can do some really cool things with the green. I was ironically wearing the green shade in yesterday's video that completely flopped, and I'm a little upset about it because it was a nice look. I felt like freshly fallen leaves. It was nice. The second palette that I rolled in is from Alter Ego. This is the Sahara palette, which is in my eyeshadow roulette series right now. Through that, I discovered that these shadows are really, really nice just generally together, and they blend really nice. They create really, really pretty looks. It's really easy to use. So, I mean, you guys know I'm a good neutral lover, so this is right up my alley. I think this is a Natasha Denona dupe as well. So I just like the color scheme. I think they just work really well. So I rolled this in because it'll be nice for days where I want to do more neutral looks, but kind of glam them up a little. And then the last palette that I rolled in is this big hunkin' boy. This is from Storybook Cosmetics, and it's the little Briar Rose palette that we got in a boxy charm. I really like this palette, and it just screamed fall to me as well, or transitioning into fall, because it feels kind of spring and summery still, but it has like these pops of darker burgundies, which I thought would be really nice to transition into like October and November especially. Not that this will probably be in my everyday makeup container by those months, but it'll just be nice to like transition into those months with this. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. But I just saw it and I was like, you know what? Haven't used it in a while. Really like the colors. They're really inspiring me right now, and that's what I want. So that is everything that I'm rolling into my everyday makeup container. Again, I probably won't be doing this kind of setup every month, but let me know how you feel about it if you like this kind of setup, because I could maybe incorporate something similar to this if this is a little bit more enjoyable. So let me know. Thank you again for being patient with me, but now let's go ahead and do my favorite part, which is putting everything in the container sped up so we get that little click click noise that makes me happy. Guys, so that was the entire Shop My Stash. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, thank you for being patient with me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, make sure, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and remember, there is always magic to be found, and I hope that means I see all of you in my next video. Bye!